I'm hella glad I found this picture, bro. This is exactly what I imagine when I think about reincarnation. I think it might be flipped or something because it definitely goes the other way. But look, these are like the stages of a human life. And if you look at each one of these stages, it's like a complete different creature than the last. You know what I'm saying? But what's the same thing within all of these pictures, bro? That spark. That spark is within you at all times. This is you. To look at myself in the mirror as a kid, right? And now I go back 20 years later, I look at myself in the mirror and I feel deep down, I know I'm the exact same thing. My soul doesn't feel like it's gotten older, but I'm in a body that looks way different than when I was 7. Once you understand this, you understand that that spark is not going anywhere once your body gets old and withers away. All right? It's not. Because it was also here before you were born. Before you were even this, it existed. You should ask yourself the question, like, where was I before I was born?
You know what? I've done a lot of studying over the years. I've read about books about the silver lining, that the silver energy that goes to everybody that's supposed to be connected. I've read about, heard things from people that avatars that are supposed to have spoken about certain things, the masters and so forth and so forth. Unless you've been there, no one really knows. I've heard of multiple realities, multiple people that so-called have visited these multiple realities. I've read that, the person that you were at one time, you're still that age. Like if you were 6 years old, you still exist at 6 years old in another dimension. That life still continues on and so forth and so forth. But what he's saying, like he actually knows, no one really knows unless they actually experienced it. Then they can talk about this stuff. What we read and stuff like that. And I'm not discounting him saying that it's not true. I'm not saying it's false, but what I'm saying is this. When we say stuff and we say it with confidence, it's because it's something because we read it somewhere. If we haven't experienced it ourselves, like there have been people who have died on the operating for like 10 minutes on the table in the hospital, on the operating table. They had all these experiences, and it's like it was for days, they said, and then they came back to their bodies and they woke up, they came back and they talked about their experience. Those type of people, yeah, okay. I can kind of maybe believe them, but people who have just read things, books and stuff like that, how do we really know unless we actually experience it? And I'm talking about including myself too, because I've read tons of books on this stuff in the past.